Hello and welcome back to another video for Final Fantasy XIV patch 7.25 coverage with me, Meoni. Today we're looking at a brand new set of facewear known as the rectangular glasses. It says an illustrated periodical on fashionable facial accessories. This particular issue contains a cover story on styling oblong frames in varying colors. So this is obviously from Shade's Triangle, from the Occult Crescent, from the South Horn, and you can actually get this in treasure coffers. They're dotted around the map. You can get this from your magic pots when you feed them elixirs and take them to destinations and open those treasure coffers, and many other places probably. It seems to be on the shared loot table for a lot of locations inside Occult Crescent, and doesn't appear to be from any vendor either. You can get this then from the market board additionally. I also changed my hairstyle so that we don't have to compete with stray bits of hair. This comes in 12 different colors, including the base color, which has this black and blue sort of fade. We've got silver, gold, black, white, gray, red, blue, green, brass, purple, and brown. Starting off with the default look, then this is what those look like. These are actually very similar to the glasses I wear in real life, weirdly enough. It's a little bit uncanny. So we've got this nice black frame, very simple, and then we have that kind of blue highlight on the bottom part of the frame there as well, with those little silver screws on the top. They are quite a weird matte sort of texture, and the lenses aren't really that obvious. I believe there are actually lenses in this, but there's not really any reflection mapping with them. Like, I can't get close enough to see, but I think if there are lenses in there, I cannot see them. They are incredibly transparent. There's no reflectivity at all. They are cool glasses though. They, like I say, they remind me of my own. These then are the second set, which are the silver set, which are a lot more shiny, but yeah, you can really see that there's not really any glass at all in those frames, but it's nice and reflective. We also seem to have lost a two-tone, which is a bit of a shame that the default comes from, so I think the default is a lot cooler in that regard. But if you wanted some generic glasses that look like everyday glasses from real life, these are a good shout. This then is the gold variant. Again, nice and shiny. We've got that same sort of texture. It's a strange texture, isn't it? Like little bits. You can't really see it properly probably on YouTube, but you can see the reflections of the gold there. And this is the black pair, which seems to have brought back a little bit of that fade. It's kind of like a black and then slightly faded into gray bottoms. I don't know if that even shows up properly on YouTube, probably not, but it sort of fades down into a much lighter color, like a gray from the black, which is pretty cool, I guess. The white ones are quite nice, actually. You can see much more of the detail, what little detail there is, like especially on the hinge there of the arms. And of course, there's no fade on the white ones either, but you can definitely see the reflections more of those silver screws when the light hits them as well. Looks pretty cool. The grey styled ones return with that fade. This time it looks like a grey into white fade from the top to the bottom, which is quite cool actually. I do like the idea of two-tone glasses. I would have preferred if they had had lenses in them as well, so we could have had some shades with that. But I suppose these are supposed to just be everyday, sort of like reading glasses, etc., distance glasses. The red ones are really cool. I like how it starts with the black and then fades into the red. It's not just a solid red block. These are the most appealing to me. I can think of several glamours where you've got, like, you know, two colors, like for example black and red, where you're looking for that final piece, and these are a sizable piece of facewear. They'd look pretty good, honestly, with a variety of different glamours that I've come up with over the last couple of years. And it's the same exact story with the blue ones as well. So we've got black as the actual color, and then it fades into the blue, even though these are the blue glasses, which is quite nice. It's kind of like a neon navy sort of dark indigo-y blue. I think that's probably the best way to explain it. Those look really cool, especially with the new dyes in this game now. And the same thing is going on with the green as well. It's quite nice, actually. It's not quite a... it's not like a deep green. It's more of an apple green, more than anything. There are plenty of people that love the color green and make all sorts of nice pastel sort of glamours. This could go quite nicely with those. I think you'll agree. It looks really nice, that two-tone It's almost like a dark green more than a black where it fades. Yeah, that's really nice, isn't it? Really cool. And then we come to the last 3 color variants. This then is the brass, and it's more of a copper brass than a normal brass. So sometimes we get a brass that is very much like the metallic brass color, but this one is more of a copper. You'll also notice some other details. I mean, I physically don't think I can get any closer to the camera, maybe just a tad. But you'll see these almost smudge lines. It's where the brass has got like a two-toned effect. So this is like the texture effect. And it's really interesting, isn't it? It adds that kind of weird, almost like water stain effect as you pan around, which is something that you don't see on any of the others because the frames are so dark. So if a pattern is there, I certainly can't see it myself. But yeah, we've got this kind of like weird staining pattern, which I quite like. It's quite unique. Matching to that type of brass, though, might be difficult. And then finally, my favorite color of the bunch, the purple ones. Again, we're back to that black into the purple fade, which almost looks like a deep neon. It will go very well with sets that use pretty much everything from Solution 9 that you can think of. They always like to have neon underglows. Traditionally, they seem to go for greens or purples, so this will go with a lot of sets. It's quite nice, actually, isn't it? I like the colors that they have chosen for this. They haven't gone for too dark and they haven't gone for too bright, which is nice. It works better with more sets. And then finally, but certainly not least, this is probably the best till last. These are the brown ones, the brown variant, and I love the almost mottled tiger's eye effect there that you see. There are quite a few other glasses that do this, not many Facewear glasses, but this is really nice. This is the first time I think we've had a matte texture with that kind of tigering effect on the actual frame itself. Normally they're like a gloss effect, but you've got a much more flat texture here. You'll also notice that that kind of mottled texture is a lot more apparent on these with this black. So they've kind of combined the mottled stuff that we saw on the brass most obviously, and then combine that with a lovely sort of tiger, you know, motif. I don't know what to call that. They look really, really good. But yeah, honestly, all of them look really cool, and they should be really cheap on the market board if you want to buy them, because they're quite a frequent drop. Where they're one of the easier drops from the Occult Crescent. I've noticed a lot of people have like, oh, I got this, I also got this, and it's always the framers kits that seem to be dropping more than anything else. Anyway, let me know if you've got these yet, and if you plan to get them. They are pretty cool. Add them to your collection. You never know when you might want to put them on and match with some glamour sets where you have 2 different colors. And I think that's a great idea. One day, though, it would be nice if we could dye Facewear, but that might be something that they can't do for a very, very long time. And I might be just wishing for things that'll never happen. Much love, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.